like me, you've probably visited Stanley Park many times, and so perhaps you've noticed this clock tower.
Perhaps you paid with an old threepenny bit to enter through the turnstile. Perhaps you could hear the hourly chime of the clock from your house. Or maybe you arranged to meet friends beneath it. But do you know there's much more to it than being Stanley Park Clock Tower? Its full name is the Cocker Memorial Clock Tower, or as I like to call it, the Cocker Clock.
And the reason it was put here over 90 years ago is in memory of one of Blackpool's most influential men, Dr. William Henry Cocker. And there he is on top of the plaque, which commemorates all that he did for Blackpool, and it was placed there at an opening ceremony on the 29th of June 1927.
When the designer of this magnificent park, Thomas Mawson, planned it, he wanted a memorial that would sit neatly in a prominent position, and he placed it so that it points to the 4 points of the compass. So Dr. Cocker gets the sunniest spot on the south side. So just what did Dr. Cocker do to deserve this lasting tribute? Well, where do I begin to describe the life of the man who laid the foundations for so much of Blackpool's entertainment success? Born in 1836 on the Promenade, Dr. Cocker was from a family that had already shown a pioneering tendency. His father, Dr. John Cocker, had set up Blackpool's first entertainment hall, and so the seed was planted in William of the sort of entrepreneurial spirit that was to help Blackpool become the country's leading resort. Originally a surgeon by trade, Dr. Cocker left that profession in 1875 to set up a menagerie and aquarium on the Promenade. As the railways were now bringing people to Blackpool en masse, he made it his sole aim to increase the fame and popularity of the town. He had the vision to create Blackpool's first large-scale indoor attraction when he sold off his late father's house, Bank Hay, seen here at the top of the picture, to the newly formed Winter Gardens Company, of which he was a director. A stipulation of the sale was that the house must remain on site.
And that's exactly what happened. To this day, the remains of Bank Hay House still lie in what is now a very successful Winter Gardens complex.
Dr. Cocker believed that money was there to be used, and he spent much of it developing ways of entertaining the visitors to Blackpool. Not only did he spend his own wealth on the town, but he was also quite liberal with the ratepayers' money once he became Blackpool's first mayor in 1876, a post that he was to hold for 6 years in the late 1800s.
For the opening of the Winter Gardens in 1878, Dr. Cocker is said to have paid out of his own pocket to host 68 Lord Mayors from all over the country at a lavish opening banquet.
It was Dr. Cocker that led the fight to bring electricity to Blackpool Promenade in 1879, when thousands flocked to see a display of arc lights. This no doubt led to the town's unique annual illuminations display, which we still enjoy some years later. It was said of Cocker that he supported every good cause, and he did have a hand in most developments as the town grew up. He was chairman of the South Jetty Company, now Central Pier, the Assembly Rooms, Skating Rink, Claremont Park Estate, and the Seawater Company. Not all his ventures were profitable, but they certainly were ahead of their time. Although Cocker's own aquarium and menagerie was not a huge money-maker, he sold off his own former home, West Hay, which stood on the site where the tower was to be built,
Amazingly, the aquarium remained open throughout the entire tower construction. I can't imagine being even this close when they were building 518 feet 9 inches of a tower right next door.
Dr. Cocker was ambitious yet impulsive. Those who knew him spoke of a man with a wry sense of humour and remember him always having a large St. Bernard dog by his side. At his funeral in 1911, he was described as the maker of modern Blackpool, the man who we have to thank for his vision in creating many of the ideas we have today made Blackpool a top resort, but he died in relative poverty. So that's why the Cocker Memorial Clock Tower stands 85 feet high, tall and proud, in memory of such a man. Built in ashlar and designed by Lionel Budden, let's have a closer look inside. Let's head up and have a look at the view from the top. 78 steps take you to the very top, where you can see the workings of the clock and a fantastic view. It seems quite fitting, as we stand here at the top of the Cocker Memorial Clock Tower, that I only have to take a look out to the west to see the legacy that he has left for the entertainment industry of our town.